Hey guys, welcome. I appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. Alan, Jay, Gary, Cassandra, Yulia. Hey guys, good. Danielle, everybody jumping in. Can everybody hear me? Drop real quick in the chat box or the question box. Yeah, actually the chat box. Make sure you guys can hear me. I appreciate you guys hopping in tonight. I know I'm a minute late. I'm actually running. I just got off the phone with a seller. I was trying to negotiate a deal real quick before I hopped on this webinar. So I appreciate your guys' patience with me as I hop on a minute late. And good. Thanks, Gary, Danielle, Kirsten. I appreciate you guys for letting me know you can hear me. I'm excited. I'm really excited. First off, I'm excited for this background. I know you guys saw the green screen the other day, and I'm actually testing it out for the first time tonight. So we're gonna see how it works. So far, I'm loving it. Good guys. All right, we've got quite a few people hopped in already. I love this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. Normally I'd wait a couple minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started so that we can maximize your time. Now let's see here. Can everybody see my screen? I will work on getting my presentation here up. All right, and where'd my chat box just go? There we go. Keegan, absolutely. Trish, thanks for hopping in. Hey, Debbie. Good, guys. All right, so everybody can see me now. All right, let's transfer over. Now, can everybody see my screen? Can we see the slides? Yes, thanks, Matt. Thanks, Kirsten. Thanks, Trish. Yes. Awesome. All right. If this is your first time on a webinar with me, I'm going to be very active. So keep that chat box open. I always like to interact with you guys. I'm really excited again tonight for our webinar, and I'm really excited. So let's just go ahead and get started. Obviously, I am your host, Brooks O'Hearn. If this is your first time on a webinar here, I know some of you guys have found us as new members in the Facebook group, new members to our meetup group, and other ways. Maybe you got this link sent to you. I'm Brooks O'Hearn, and I am a national real estate marketing coach. I've been a full-time investor since 2013 with my family, and I have also been a licensed real estate agent since 2018. And on the coaching side, I have coached over 1,000 students nationwide in the past couple of years. And so that's something I'm very proud of. It's something that I do because I love. And these are webinars that we put on every single month because I love it as well. So welcome to the Colorado Front Range Investor Network. I love this picture. My mom and dad apparently told me that at 10 p.m. after one of my cousin's weddings, it's apparently frowned upon, and I look stupid when I wear glasses inside. So I don't know about that, but I love it. So my family is my business partners, and they are my best friends. We are a family business in every business that we have, and I absolutely love them to death. Colorado Front Range Investor Network is something we founded, and we are the most active real estate investing group in the state. If you're not familiar with us, we have over 1,500 members in our Facebook community. If you're not part of that community, you should definitely go join. Again, it's Colorado Front Range Investor Network. And we have a monthly meeting the second Thursday of every month. Obviously, we are not meeting in person next month, and coronavirus stops us from meeting in person. But we also have monthly webinars every fourth Thursday. So put those on your calendar. We have all of those events come to you via email, Meetup, and Facebook. So whichever way is easiest for you guys, make sure you're on the list if you're not already. All right. Again, I appreciate you guys showing up. Tonight's going to be awesome. Tonight is going to be awesome. So let's dive right in. What we're going to go over tonight, right? How to sell your property in 7 days or less. Basically, I'm going to give you guys our selling system. So the property selling system that we have perfected over the last 7 years, we have taken little bits and pieces from agents. We've taken bits and pieces from other investors. I've actually taught this system to hundreds of my thousands of investors. And we've broken it down into 4 secrets here. So secret number 1 is, first, the most common mistakes made by agents and investors when listing properties and how you can be better. So, some things that I see frequently that investors do and agents do wrong. And we're going to talk through that. We're also going to discuss, ways we can improve, and we always want to learn from others' mistakes. So that's what I've done. I've spent a lot of time learning, and I'm going to pass that on to you guys tonight. And then secret number 2, how to market your property during renovation and attract buyers before you ever hit the market. Okay, so before you ever hit the market, this is the time to be attracting buyers. We've actually put a property under contract before we ever went to market, and I know I've learned from a lot of other investors who have done that many times. We've got one big win on that side, and I love to share it. I will be sharing more about it tonight. Then secret number 3 is the rule of 100. Okay, the secret to making or breaking your listing. I promise you, this rule is probably the most important thing. If you're taking notes right now, put a star right around secret number 3, because that's going to be the most important piece of all of tonight. I promise you, you will not want to skip that step when you're selling properties. And then secret number 4, the psychology behind pricing your property for the quickest sale. All right. I'm going to show you some tips, and we're going to talk all about the pricing of a property, because it's important. It's definitely important. It's not everything, but it is important. So we're going to talk about how to hack the buyers' minds of your property using price. And we're also going to talk about just, it seems to be the $1 million question. How do I price a property? So we're going to talk through that. Okay. So some examples of success of this system. All right. Again, we've been perfecting this for over 7 years, and these are some of our examples. All right. But I want to illustrate to you guys how this works in all different price points, and how this system works all across different markets, different parts of the city. All right. Especially these are all going to be in Denver. Okay. So property number 1, this property was listed in the Highlands. We used our selling system. All right. We had dozens of showings, over 100 people at each open house. Okay. Saturday and Sunday, we had over 100 people. Now, this property literally was 1,500 square feet. So, I mean, just picture and imagine just people, moving side to side. It was jam packed over those 4 hours. And, I know if most of you have ever been to an open house or hosted an open house, it's generally a struggle to get, 20 people there over the course of the few days. So I'm going to show you, how we pack these open houses. Now, what that resulted in was only one offer. So, right. But the good thing was that one offer was $10,000 above list price. All right. And this was a $500,000 property. So nothing to balk at. And one backup came later that week at the exact same price. So we ended up having a backup offer, but that one offer that came that we ended up accepting was the Monday after the open house. All right. This was another property listed for sale in Littleton. And we had dozens of showings. This was a $1.3 million house. We had dozens of showings on the first couple days it hit the market. We had 160 people total, so about 80 on average each day. Again, we received one offer. All right. So this is not always a system that you have to, push out and get 20 offers on a property. Those are great properties, but I want to illustrate again that we can use this system on properties that just get one offer and still be successful with it. And that offer was an all cash offer with a 5-day close, on a $1.3 million property. So I'll show you how we, again, hack the psychology of the buyers and make them feel this sense of urgency, like they have to get in. All right. And then finally, I've said it works as well prior to listing. And this is a property we sold in Southmore. Now pay very close attention to these numbers here. All right. So the property went under contract the day of the drywall screw inspection. This was a few years ago, and my parents were out of town. So I'm the young kid running the business, running the show, and loving every second of it. And I'm, texting my parents, and they're thinking I'm going to burn the place down as I'm monitoring contractors and things like that. I actually got to text them and say, I attended the inspection, and oh, by the way, I just received an offer on this property, and we're going to go under contract today before any of the finishing items are put together, before anything's really put back together. And now run these numbers. Okay, we had 2 buyers interested. All right, and 2 couples. So I kind of pitted them against each other, used a little bit of competition. One of them offered $10,000 above asking price. All right. This was a $700,000 property. All right. One of them offered $10,000 above asking. We sold them an additional $5,000 of custom finishes. So I used that time, because we were under contract before finishing, to even drive that price up, that ARV up even a little bit more. And because we brought these buyers ourselves, our listing broker was totally fine with it. He said, hey, you guys keep it, and this is your sale. I don't need to list it. Obviously, I don't need the commission. So we added an additional $20,000 to our bottom line. So, that's $35,000 that we added to our bottom line using this system. So in the chat box, whether it's a $35,000 added to your bottom line, a 5-day close, or a $10,000 addition to your bottom line, who would like that by a show of comments? Yeah. Cassandra, yes. Sandra, Matt, absolutely. So guys, these are not uncommon results using this system. All right. I promise you, if you follow these steps and you implement even some of this will, as investors, this is going to improve your bottom line and add to your returns. And as agents, for those of you agents out there, this is going to make you a lot more popular. You're going to win more listings, and you're going to sell more properties for your investors and your regular retail clients. All right. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. All right. First thing, this is kind of funny. I want to start with this because I posed this question in a real estate agent group of mine. And this is a big national group that I posed this question in. And I asked the question, why doesn't every property sell or every listing sell in the first week on the market? So right now, really quickly, before I share their answers, I want you guys to tell me why you think every listing doesn't sell within the first week. Click. Price, Danielle, okay. Who else? Lack of exposure, good. Overpriced, yep. Good, all right. Keep them coming. Typically overpriced. Location, maybe. All right, any others? Location, good. All right, so it's a combination. Honestly, I think it's a combination of all of them. Now, I'm happy to hear you guys giving some of those answers. That was a good mixed bag of answers, because here was this, again, this group of agents, right? This is their answer. Price. Oh, another one, price. Over here, price. Location and condition, all right, of course. Affordability, supply, location. Oh, price, hands down, Lenny says. And if it's priced right, price 100%. Now this one from Neil, this very last comment in the bottom right, price is 90% of marketing. The other 10% is everything else. If it's priced right, it will sell quickly. Now, I don't know what percent, I don't know how to quantify that, but I'm going to be real honest with you. Simply pricing a property well doesn't sell it. I'll be real honest with you that it is important. We can't overprice a property and try to sell it, but it is not the only thing. It is not the most important thing. All right. And here's a few things to illustrate my point. Right. So we've all heard this saying, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, in real estate, if a property has a great price and no one is around to see it, will it sell quickly? I think the answer is no. All right. And here's why. I'm going to walk through the entire system here tonight. But I truly believe that no, it is not going to still sell quickly just because of the price. Now we could drop this price down and make it absolute bottom dollar, low price, low ticket. But I don't think so. Right. So secret number one, let's dive in. All right. The most common mistakes made by agents and investors when listing a property and how you can be better. Okay. So here's the old way, and here's probably the most common way that I see houses listed. These are some of the most common mistakes. First one, you only list a property when it's finished. I've had agents and investors tell me that they will never, ever allow anyone in the property until it is completely finished. I even had one person say, you know, I picture it like a show horse, and I don't let anybody see my show horse until I'm absolutely ready. Now that's fine. You're going to make a great first impression. Okay. You're going to make a great first impression. And that's kind of what price does, is makes a great first impression. But you still have to back it up, and you still have to market everything. But the problem with this is you're kind of starting from scratch. And I use this analogy all the time. HGTV does not have shows that really showcase, you know, the most beautiful homes on the market. HGTV is a network built around the entire process of making that home beautiful. So we need to be marketing, and we need to be letting people in to that process during our entire renovation. Okay. And for those of you agents who want to use this system just to list regular retail properties, you should also be bringing people in and doing some marketing before the listing ever goes live. All right. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So another mistake, right? People listed on a Friday morning. I've even seen some people list on a Friday afternoon, and then they expect showings that weekend. All right. Now, a lot of brokers I've heard, they're like, no, we don't list properties until Friday. You've completely lost all your momentum. And here's why. Most buyers have automated search results, but they don't have automated search results set up for immediate emails. Most people say, send me one email in the morning of the new properties for the day. All right. So if we list on a Friday, we've lost most of our buyers until Saturday morning. Well, a good agent has already scheduled 4 or 5 different showings on a Saturday for their clients. And so if they want to see a 6th house, you might get a chance. Maybe they go towards Sunday. But also, if I've got 5 or 6 properties already scheduled on my schedule today, and I wake up and it's a Saturday morning, the first thing I'm probably not going to do is check my email for more properties. So you might completely lose them altogether for that weekend. All right. Another thing. So we combat that with listing a property on a Wednesday. Well, that's good. That's good. But then agents allow showings all week long. Well, instead, what if we stack those showings up on a weekend and put them all together? Again, we're corralling them, right? Kind of keep them in a waiting area, kind of like cows. And then as soon as you open the chute, what happens? It's a stampede to get through there, right? Because they've been pent up for so long. So instead of getting 1 to 2 showings per day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, now I could stack them all up and get 5 showings on a Saturday. All right. Now we're gonna build on top of that, and really, again, drive that psychology of our buyers. Okay. So keep that in mind. This one gets me every single time. Open houses don't sell houses. How many of you guys in the chat box, just yes, have heard an agent or an investor, someone say open houses don't sell properties? Sue, raise your hand. Yep. Cassandra, raise your hand. Yep. Danielle, absolutely, absolutely, guys. Oh, I cringe every time I hear this advice. It's insane to me. All right. Because not only does an open house sell houses, and I'm going to share with you exactly how they do it. I mean, you talk about just some examples already a few slides ago. We had over 100 people in a house. We get one offer, right? And it's over list price, or it's a cash offer with a 5-day close on a $1.3 million house. That happens because you created a psychology and a sense of scarcity and urgency within the buyer. All right. And not only that, but for other agents, an open house is a great opportunity for you to show everyone around how you market a property. It's a great opportunity to get more listings. And for investors, it's a great opportunity for you to get more properties to buy in the neighborhood to flip. I've had some families approach me and say, I've had a little bit of trouble, right? I haven't told my family yet, but I'm, we're facing foreclosure, and we can't make the payments, and we need to sell the house, and I need a quick sale so I don't alert the neighbors, and I don't alert, my family of all the trouble we're in. And so you've come to them with a very delicate situation. Or other people have said, I've got a property down the street in similar condition, or my friend owns the property next door, they've just let it go to crap, and we want you to come in and buy it. What if I put you in contact with that friend? So open houses, not only do they sell the property, but they're a great lead generation source for future. So for agents and investors, right? Sandra, that's good. I love it. Worked at Remax, and open houses are huge with agents. Yeah. I mean, big all the time. And I'm going to show you guys how we can be marketing those open houses out. All right. Another big mistake. I've seen this in the Front Range group a few times, and that is hosting a friends and family open house before a public open house, or hosting a broker's open before the public open. And this kills a lot of your momentum. It kills a lot of your potential buyers. And again, we're building we're building the sense of scarcity and urgency in their minds. Because we hold all of our open houses together. So we invite everybody from the Front Range network. We invite neighbors. We invite, of course, buyers. I've had so many buyers come up to me and say, is everybody in here a real buyer? Like, is everyone in here interested in this property? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't check proof of funds at the door, so I have no idea, right? And their eyes just light up, and they are so scared. They're like, they're getting on the phone. They walk out and they're like, honey, we need to put an offer in on this house now because it could be gone forever. Right. And so it just, again, we're building that momentum. We're building that mindset. All right. So always host your open houses together with as many people as possible. And I'm going to show you guys again how to pack those open houses. All right. This one gets me. When agents provide an 87-point marketing plan, if you actually have 87 ways to market the property, great. Awesome. But if some of those include putting a sign in the yard, listing on the MLS, and signing the brokerage agreement, and that's part of your 87-point marketing plan, I want you right now to crumple that thing up, throw it aside, and redo your marketing plan. All right? Redo your marketing plan. I promise you, if you trim that down and make things more impactful, you will get more listings and you will sell more properties. Because I'll be honest with you, 87-point marketing plan, I'm like, well, what are you? I mean, it's like a shotgun approach. You're just doing everything. I mean, we got to be doing some things well. Okay. Secret number 2. All right. This is big for investors and for agents. All right. How to market your property during renovation, or for agents before the listing, and to attract buyers before you hit the market. All right. Again, get them all into a waiting room and then free them open. Let them have it. All right. So, signs in the yard. This is very, very simple, but so often it's overlooked. We started with just a simple bandit sign. Just a simple bandit sign that says we buy houses. All right. Now, this isn't going to get you many buyers, but it will at least get some people interested. Maybe you get some leads for sales of properties. All right. Then we graduated to this. This went into a little colonial style yard arm. All right. You'll notice this: residential redevelopment by Shamrock Homes. Now, you'd be surprised how many people don't read the sign that says residential redevelopment. They will call the sign the first day of construction and say, I see your property that's listed. How much is it? And when can I get in to see it? So we start showing the property before we ever really even put a hammer in the wall. So it's powerful, right? And then of course, website and phone number there. And then we've graduated here. This is a little bit more expensive, but you'll notice this property it was one of our pop tops. Okay. So it was a much higher price listing. It required some additional marketing. So I actually went out and I created a website for this property. I created its own funnel. And then I had a virtual assistant do that rendering there. If you can see that on the sign, obviously it looks very close, very similar to the actual property itself. And then I put our social media up top. So, from least to most expensive there, from top left and kind of moving into the other pictures. So that's number 1, right? I think as real estate investors, you should put a sign out day 1. As a real estate agent, you should put a sign out as early as possible. Now, I know there are new regulations, and make sure you're following the regulations on when you can put a sign in the yard. I've personally still seen agents have signs in the yard for 2 weeks saying coming soon. And some brokers have a differing opinion on this. So make sure you're compliant with your broker. Make sure you're compliant if you're a realtor with your board and things like that. So but we definitely want to put a sign in the yard as early as possible, even if it's just a coming soon sign, to start at least getting some eyeballs on that property. Okay. Now, this next one is project update videos. All right. So I mentioned how we had HGTV, right? There's an entire network that has literally just shows of pieced together project update videos. So this is a minute-long video that I'm going to show you here real quick. And what I want to highlight before we get into this is this video. I was trying to go live, but the property I didn't have great service, so I couldn't go Facebook Live. So I ended up shooting just a regular video and then posted it on our social media. But the problem here is I'm so used to the social media cameras where I can start like this and then, switch the camera to be looking at this one. Well, the problem, and you'll notice this throughout this video, is that when you use your phone's camera, you can't switch. So I had to stick with this. So I literally am walking through the house like this, and then I have to turn it and show it, and pan like this. I say that to say it doesn't have to be perfect to gain leads and get eyeballs on social media. All right. In fact, many people will laugh at you and you just say, thank you very much for the comment, because what you did was help me out with my engagement. And now more people saw my property. All right. So here's a project update video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Brooks. Service is a little spotty here, so I can't go live, but I'm just going to film a quick video. I'm out here at our Glencoe Street project. As you can see behind me, we're getting close. We're finishing up here. So I'm going to take you guys through a quick walkthrough and show you guys what's going on in here. So here we walk in, and when we're going to come in, you walk in immediately to the kitchen. So we've got our navy cabinets in here with white on the walls. We've got room for a nice, over here. Got our range that'll go here, a big 6-burner range. You can see the pot filler sticking out of the wall. We're gonna have the huge hood. The hood vent is actually sitting over here. Oops. Focus, if we could focus. There we go. All right. And then, sorry guys, I'm gonna turn this phone around real quick. So you notice that it's and I cut the video off just to save some time, but it's not great, right? It's not great. I'll be honest with you. That I look back at that video and I was like, what the heck was I doing? There's so many better ways to do that. But that video gained a lot of likes. It got a lot of traction. We actually got, a couple interested buyers. They didn't end up buying the property, but we got a couple leads off of it. So that's the name of the game, more leads, right? Now, I posted that on Facebook. Okay. And so Facebook ads are going to be one of my next pieces that I use during renovation or even prior to listing a property. Okay. I'm going to use Facebook ads to drive some traffic. All right. Now, here's a couple very simple steps about Facebook ads. You can, of course, use the proven models, right? We've got HGTV and we've got Zillow. So HGTV is the model that I like to use for video. So I always like to picture just a quick walkthrough of the property, picture a segment between commercials and what they do, the things they highlight. So maybe it's a, cabinet delivery day, or maybe it's a demo day, or maybe it's, countertop install day. Whatever it is, highlight some of the cool, important pieces in your upcoming listing or in your renovation. All right. And then Zillow. If you go to look at Zillow, this is very simple to get targeted and steal their ads. If you go and look at Zillow and look at a couple properties, go back to Facebook and you will start seeing ads for Zillow properties. Model your ads right after those, because obviously Zillow is spending millions, maybe even I know tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars on Facebook ads to target buyers. And so why not use their proven model? When they spend hundreds of millions of dollars, they do all the hard work for us. Let's just model our ads right after that. All right. We can also boost our posts or create ads from scratch. So if you're familiar, boost the post, you just click boost post right there, or you can just create an ad from scratch. All right. I could spend an hour going into Facebook ads, but that's not the purpose of tonight. So I want to keep this just kind of short and sweet and give you guys some good tidbits. All right. A couple things here. You don't need to use a custom audience unless you have one. All right. So don't feel like, hey, I need an audience of custom buyers already before I market this. The beautiful thing is houses are universal. All right. You don't need a whole lot of targeting to get interested buyers. You just let the Facebook algorithms do their work for you. And we can go ahead and just, start to gain those leads. All right. So you target everyone within a certain radius of the property. Now with new guidelines, that's a 15-mile radius. So it's not as targeted and as compact as it used to be, but that's still a very beneficial tool for us, because I know there's a large percentage of people that move within a 10-mile radius. So chances are you're still going to find your buyer even though you target somebody in 15 miles or less. And here's one of my favorite ways to use Facebook ads is I have the ability to just target real estate agents. And I can maximize my dollar. So for every one real estate agent I touch, I realistically got in front of maybe 5 other people because they have 5 clients. And they know what their clients are looking for. They know what their clients are buying. They know where they're buying. All right. So if I target real estate agents for some of my marketing, I maximize my dollar spent. All right. This is big. This is big for investors. Okay. We've gotten, this is actually how we sold our property, that property number 3. This was where we got the lead. I listed for sale by owner. Again, before drywall was ever finished, I listed for sale by owner on actually on Zillow, but now today I would use Facebook Marketplace and Zillow. All right. You can list as a for sale by owner and start to get some leads. Now, you guys work this out with your listing brokers. Okay. Again, we got full permission because our listing broker was another investor who brought us this deal and didn't, wasn't too concerned about the listing commission. All right. But the, some agents, whatever you guys have worked out with your agent, use that. But the reason we list as a for sale by owner is because it's a free listing. On Zillow, if we're listing as coming soon, it costs money. So you can still be a for sale by owner, and all we're doing is marketing our own property. We can say that we're represented, but we're listing it for sale by owner. Okay, that's totally fine. Now, one big thing in these listings, you always want to mention that you're willing to pay a buyer's agent. All right. This is the number one reason that buying agents will not show a property for sale by owner is if they're not going to get paid. All right. That's the number one reason that I've found that buyer's agents will not show your property. So put a star around that one in your notes. Mention that you're willing to pay a buyer's agent. All right. Use video, guys. Use video, whether it is a video of you, whether it is a video of just of the property. Use video. This is a must. Underline this, highlight it, box around it, star it. This is why it's in all caps. All right. Zillow mobile app, they literally tell you that they will give you 2 times more viewers, and they will put your property in the search results higher. They will rank you higher in Google, or excuse me, in Zillow's search results just for using a video with their app. So you have to film it natively in their app. You can't upload a video, but it's fine. There's no sound. You literally can just walk through the house and pan around and show off some of the property. So it's literally never been easier. You take your iPhone, you take your Android, and just shoot a video. Super simple. All right. Now, be prepared for a lot of phone calls. Guys, this is no joke. A lot of agents use this as a marketing technique to get listings. Now, I hacked the system and I spin it around on them. And I say, hey, Mr. Agent, I love that you're doing your own marketing. I really think you're a go-getter and I would love to work with you. Unfortunately, I've promised this listing to another agent, or I'm going to list it myself. Okay. But I would love to have you as a buyer's agent for me. And I would love as a buyer's agent for you to help me find some properties. All right, I'm investing. Here's my criteria, and I'm willing to buy, multiple properties per year. Or if you bring me a buyer on this property, I'll pay you a 2.8% listing fee. All right, or excuse me, a success fee, right? A commission. So be prepared for a lot of those phone calls and turn it around on them and use that to market for your next round of leads. Okay. Now, agents, you of course probably won't field these calls. You won't be listing as a for sale by owner. But if you want to spend some money, you could put a coming soon listing out in Zillow and spend that money. Okay. Now, secret number 3. I told you guys we were going to get to this, the rule of 100. All right. Again, this is very important. So make sure you got your pens and paper out. Okay. So here are some lies we've been told and why the rule of 100 is so important. Open houses don't sell houses. All right. We talked about this earlier. We talked about this. I think it's a load of malarkey. All right. An absolute load of crap. You host one open house for agents, one for friends and family, and one for the public. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Do not do this. All right. And then we've also been told Friday is the best day to list. Again, wrong. So what is the rule of 100? It's your goal is to have 100 people walk through your open house each and every day. All right. Now, how many of you guys have ever seen an open house with 100 people, or how many of you guys have ever run an open house with 100 people? Anybody? Nope. Now, I want you guys to picture and imagine you walking through a house, walking through the front door with your buyers, and you walk in, and now 100 people are not in the house at every single time, right? At every single point. But if you got 20 to 30 to 40 people inside your house at any given point, I want you to picture and imagine just walking through that door and what your buyers might feel like. All right. Now maximize that, multiply that by every buyer that walks through your door. Okay. Now here's how we're going to do it. All right. How do we even do that? All right. Well, here's my week-long plan. Okay. Pictures on a Monday. All right. I take pictures on a Monday. Some people will take pictures earlier. That's fine. But Monday's the latest day to get pictures. My photographers have a 24-hour turnaround. So I love it. It's beautiful. All right. I list on a Wednesday as early as possible. All right. If you remember, we talked through our listing system and why it's important to list earlier than Friday. Okay. But something very important is that we hold all the showings until Saturday morning at the open house start time. Again, this is we're putting them in a waiting room and going to open the corral. Okay. So we list there, we block all showings until 10 or 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, whenever we're starting this open house. Now, something else very important. I walk the neighborhood, again, for 100 houses. This is why I call it the rule of 100. All right. I door knock 100 doors and invite them to the pick your neighbor party. All right. I don't invite them to an open house. I make it fun. Everybody laughs when I tell them this is the pick your neighbor party. Right. And instead of saying, hey, we're having an open house and hoping the neighbors would stop by, here's my script. Knock on the door. Knock on the door and say, hey, we just finished up renovation down the street, and we've been getting a lot of neighbors that are stopping by wondering what's going on. You might have even seen the dumpster outside and all the construction going on over the last few months. But we wanted to go ahead and we wanted to invite all the neighbors out to a neighborhood party this weekend. And we're calling it the Pick Your Neighbor Party. So you can stop by. All right. We're gonna be hosting everyone out there this weekend. And just wanted to give you an invite. All right. And then I hand them a flyer. All right. Now we make our flyers and give them something that says the times and the address and has beautiful pictures on the flyers. All right. Danielle, great question. When do you door knock? I was just going to say that. I door knock 50 on Thursday and 50 on a Friday. All right. Now, generally my dad and brother and I will do this. So if we really split it up, I mean, we have like 17 houses to door knock per day. So maybe it's an hour of work on 1 hour Thursday, 1 hour Friday. We could certainly, in the summer months, we will door knock. We've got a little bit more time to, before the sun goes down. And so we'll door knock maybe all 100 on Thursday or all 100 on Friday, however the schedule allows. All right. Pro tip number 2, offer mimosas, because housewives love mimosas. I wish this was like more politically correct, but this is the truth. We have gotten so many people who brought all their girlfriends over, and they said, we're going to stop by for an open house and a mimosa before we go out to brunch. All right. And honestly, they're the most fun when a group of housewives walk through the front door, and you're just having a good time with them. They love walking around the property, and those are the people, you get them excited. They're going to share that out on social media. And it's just a fun thing. So, it's just, we're not trying to get anybody drunk here. It's not bottomless brunch on a Sunday. We offer a quick mimosa in a plastic cup, and offer that to people if they want to come. So it definitely drives more traffic, and it's something fun. So this next slide here, this is just something fun. If you guys have been around me and my brother, we love to joke, we love to have some fun. So this video, real quickly, is of our impressions of door knocking through a couple of our neighborhoods. So check this out.
What's up, guys? Hey, we just got done door knocking to invite people out to our open house, pick your neighbor party. So what Tom and I are going to do real quick is we're going to do a spoof of all the types of neighbors that answer their doors. Check this out. Hey, I'm just here to invite you to a neighborhood party. What kind of party? A neighborhood party. Pick your neighbor party. Oh, all the neighbors can come? Yeah. Okay, give me that. Okay. All right, bye. Just a neighbor. Trying to invite you to our open house this weekend. Okay. Hey, we just finished up our project and we're having an open house this weekend. A nice house. Oh, okay. Hey! Just finished building this house down the street. We're trying to invite all the neighbors to our open house. Oh my gosh! Oh, how cool! Yes, we'll definitely be there. Welcome to the neighborhood. Do you need anything? Can we do anything? How are you? Just coming to drop this by, inviting all the neighbors to the open house. Saturday, Sunday? What a party! I'm bringing all my girlfriends. We are definitely going to be there. We'll pregame brunch. Yep. Hey, I just wanted to invite you to a no soliciting neighborhood. No, thank you. Oh. Hey, just wanted to invite you out to our open house. What are you talking about? Have a yellow vest and register with the city to solicit. Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry. Yellow vest. How about just take this anyway? Okay. I need a yellow vest. Oh. Okay. Hey, just wanted to invite you to our party this weekend. Saw his house during construction. Oh, really? What'd you think? Interesting. Oh, well, stop by this weekend, okay? Huh. Okay. All right, guys.
So that's just some fun we like to have, and I always like to lighten the mood a little bit, but just some fun. Those are honestly, every single one of those is someone that Tom or I encountered during our door knocking. So be prepared. You're going to get all kinds of funniness. You just got to have fun with it, right? You got to have fun with it, and it happens, right? It's people. We can never predict them. So let's get to secret number 4, psychology behind pricing your property for the quickest sale. So guys, let's dive in for a quick quiz. All right, a quick survey. So I have a property coming to market. My ARV is $500,000. How should I price my property? Now I'm going to give you 4 answers, and then I want you guys to put it in the chat box. All right, so $499, $499,999,999, $500,000, $510,000 is your other option. So real quick in the chat box, put which one you would want, which one you think, right? 505,000, Sandra. All right. 500, Colin. All right. 500K, 499, 510, 510. All right. So let's walk through the psychology. 499. All right. So let's walk through the psychology real quick. Oh, Keegan. All right, 499, but honestly, maybe 495. All right. So maybe trying to drive up a little competition, maybe a bidding war, right? Let's talk about this. So 499, right, or 499, 999. You're trying to be just under that, right? Just under your price. And there's been there's always a school of thought that thinks you should price it just a little bit lower, and that kind of comes, Keegan, where you were coming from with 495. Now, you're going to get some good traction, that's for sure. But here's the thing: you're going to be at the top end of your buyers' price points, because buyers, they do their searches, and they get qualified. They tend to get qualified at pretty round numbers. All right. But even if they get qualified for like 490, they're still searching to 500,000, because they're going to hope for they're going to hope for something that they can bid down. Now, if I list at 499, what happens is I lose all of my customers that set their minimum price at 500, and maybe they say their maximum is 600. I just lost every bit of those people. So whether I list at 499.9, 499, 495, I lost every single one of those buyers who may be at the bottom end of their price point, and they may overpay for my property. Okay. Instead of battling for, which buyers that are approved at 500 can pay the closest to their top dollar, I'm going to try to bring in a couple buyers that are at 500 that maybe I get a couple other offers on the table, and they bump up to 510, or they bump up, even further if they have to. All right. And then 510, this is a strategy that some people will use and say, we'll list at 510 and settle down below at a lower price. This strategy, honestly, I have never seen like truly work well, because again, you're setting people up. You're going after the buyer that is already psychologically trying to negotiate a deal. And so if they're trying to negotiate a deal on day one, what do you think is going to happen every time they hit an appraisal, every time they hit a inspection objection item? I mean, you are literally going to get nickel and dime to death by these people. And so you're going to end up so much lower if you even get an offer, because you've already priced yourself a little bit outside the neighborhood. So again, 500,000 is that sweet spot. We get a lot of competition from the buyers that are approved up to 500, and then we get a lot of competition for the buyers that are approved over 500 as well. So keep that in mind. All right. And just to illustrate this point, right, Zillow, here's a screenshot. All right. I know a lot of us don't like Zillow, and we've all got opinions on Zillow. That's just fine. But the minimum, look at how they structure their pricing, right? So when you want to search for different price points, it's in the $100,000 price point. So it's broken off in chunks like that. All right. Realtor.com, same kind of thing. Now, I just took regular screenshots as I clicked price and took a screenshot. It's interesting that Zillow starts with your minimum price. Realtor.com starts with your maximum price. I'm not sure on the psychology there, but I am going to do a little bit more research, because as I was creating my slides, that's what I noticed. Now, something really interesting was RE Colorado actually doesn't give any price points. You literally type in your own minimum and your own maximum. Now, I can promise you that's probably when you give somebody an open, clean slate, and people tend to go crazy with their options. So I would be curious to see how that works. But I obviously worked with the worked with the big dogs in the room, which is Zillow and Realtor.com. So let's recap, right? What we've learned tonight. So how to sell your property in 7 days or less. We went through the 4 secrets, and I hit home all of those. So what I want to do very quickly is I want to answer any questions. And while we're doing that, right, here's my challenge to you guys. Okay. It's time to take action. All right. And if you guys haven't noticed, this has been my theme all year long, is it's time to take action. So while I'm finishing up this slide, go ahead and put your questions down in the question box. All right. And if you got any questions tonight, I'm happy to answer all of them. We've got a couple options here, right? Take action on all the information. I just peeled back all the curtains and gave you guys everything you need to market and list your properties and take action, right? I gave you our listing system. Okay. Investors, if you would like to hire me, I'd be happy to help you list a property upcoming, or I'd be happy to just help you put together your marketing strategy for those properties. All right. And then agents, if you want, let's work one-on-one. I can teach you the selling systems. I can create a cohesive system with you that will work for you so you can maximize all of your listings. All right. Now, again, questions. Does anybody have questions? Nothing. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Here we go. Good. I knew this question was going to come, and I definitely saved some information. So Kelly, you said, what is the best way to implement all this and market and list a property as an investor during this time with COVID-19? Great question. Again, great question. So right now, I've actually got a listing coming up, and we're going to be listing this property within the next week or so. So what I'm doing right now is taking as much video as I possibly can around this property. All right. So number one, I'm going to do just a video walkthrough. Okay. Number two, I'm always going to have a virtual walkthrough, and I do have a couple photographers that are still working full time and doing this. And they'll do, the virtual tours, right? The Matterport tours. I didn't mention this, but that is a must on every single one of your listings. Every one of our listings needs to have a virtual tour, and now it's more important. So I'm going to do video. I'm going to do the Matterport. So if someone wants to schedule a showing with me, what I'll do is I'll just turn around and send them the YouTube link, and I will turn around and send them the Matterport listing as well. So that way they can walk through completely virtually. And you really give people an immersive experience using Matterport and using video. So you can simulate a showing. Now, before everything, the shelter in place, I heard of a lot of people that were doing, social distancing and kind of creating a line outside the house. I love the idea. First off, I love the creativity. They were only allowing like 2 to 3 people in at a time. I love the creativity. I was concerned with how we were going to implement that, if we had a line around the block. But the simple answer, Kelly, to your question is video and the 3D walkthrough. And then what I would do also is you could even advertise a live open house. This is something that you can just do for showings and things like that, and allow them to communicate one-on-one with you, answer questions. If you want to do a FaceTime with the other agent and get them use a software like Zoom, right? We can all do that. You can have that immersive experience while you're also answering questions. So there's a couple options depending on if you're the listing agent, depending on how hands-on you want to be and how involved with each and every one of those showings you want to be. So great question. Any other questions for me, guys? All right. Well, if you guys have any further questions, you know where to find me in the Facebook group. If you enjoyed what you learned tonight, please go into the Facebook group and please drop a comment, drop a message. And hang on, I got a couple questions here. What about no solicitation signs? Sorry, Cassandra. So no solicitation signs, honestly, I just drop it in the mailbox. Or I just knock on the door. It's not a solicitation. It's not a solicitation. I'm literally just inviting them to a party. Solicitation is selling them something. So I've never had any issues. If as you saw in the video, I kind of had a few people that get a little upset with me. But if you have true issues, just apologize and say, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean anything. And just, kind of mea culpa and walk away. That's the best thing I've ever done. So again, if you guys have enjoyed this, please go into the Facebook group and drop some comments in there. Share with me what your favorite part is that you learned. I hope each and every one of you at least took one thing out of this that will help your listings, that will help your upcoming marketing. Again, I am here for you. This is my contact information on the screen. If you have any questions and you want to talk about how I can help you market your property, or if you would like me to list a property upcoming for you, obviously I don't have a baseball season, so I have a lot of free time coming coming up, and I'm going to be dedicating a lot more resources towards my agency and towards your guys's upcoming listings. So go ahead and again, thank you very much. I appreciate your time tonight, and a very big thank you for showing up. So thank you.